Hate rainy days. Let's go shopping cities, Dad. Come on, we'll make it fun.
My name is Liz Williams and I work at the National Literacy Trust. Changing the Story is a reading programme for children who are in their early stages of reading. It aims to give children confidence, motivation and engagement in reading, and it does this by following a structured session programme whereby children repeat a book that they've already read, so they begin the session with high confidence because they are starting a book that they already know. The second part of the session is where children are introduced to a new book which is at their phonic level, phonics stage, to enable them to apply their phonics learning within the session. They take that book home, but they read that book 2 or 3 more times. And the third part of the Changing the Story programme is where the child chooses a book of interest and the adult reads the book to them. It's all about getting children and encouraging children to enjoy reading and to have really positive reading experiences in school.
My name is Bilqees Begum. I'm a senior SEN TA and I lead the intervention for the reading at Old Palace. Since implementing the Change the Story programme, we've noticed a remarkable boost in confidence across the board, including among students with special educational needs and English as an additional language. These decodable books have become an essential part of our classroom routine. We use them during designated reading times, like guided reading and our one-to-one interventions.
It's a holistic approach to reading as well. So it's not just focused on one element of the teaching of reading, it actually encompasses all of those elements of reading so that it provides a balanced approach to the teaching of reading. In collaboration with Hachette, we have developed the programme to include the Reading Planet books. The Reading Planet books have been very useful in many ways because they match the phonics stage that the children are at. It gives the children opportunity to apply their phonics learning over and over again because we know that's very important. And the books also reflect the diversity of the children who are reading them. So the books act as mirrors for those children. They can see themselves within those books, and that obviously gives them a lot of enjoyment and encouragement in their reading.
One of the standout features of these books is their decodable nature, which makes them much easier for children to read independently. This accessibility is crucial for young learners, allowing them to build confidence in their reading skills. As a result, students can successfully tackle these books on their own, fostering a sense of accomplishment. I feel that it does reflect the different backgrounds that we have, the different ethnicities that we have at Old Palace. One of the reasons they enjoy the books is because they can relate to the characters and the different situations that they're facing in the stories.
When we began Changing the Story, we assessed children in 2 ways. The first way was that we used a survey around their approaches, their attitudes to reading, their enjoyment of reading, and the second approach was that we used an attainment-based approach, which was the PIRA reading tests. So at the beginning of the programme we found that the programme was aimed at children who were in the stages of early reading but were perhaps struggling with certain elements of reading. That may have been with their application of phonics, it may have been with their enjoyment of reading, it may have been a whole number of issues that the child might have had with reading. So at the beginning of the programme we found that 50% of those children were working at below expectations, and the peer assessment showed us that. By the end of the programme we found that most children had made up to 12 months progress in the space of 9 months, and we had a further 31% of children who actually increased their reading up to 3 years. So that 31% of children made progress in 9 months of 1 to 3 years in their reading attainment. In terms of children's enjoyment in reading, what we really wanted to do was to give children confidence. We wanted to give them that motivation, and we wanted to get them engaged in reading, because all of those three elements lead to children enjoying reading. The Reading Planet books helped children to, because those books are at their stage, it enabled them to have a text that they could decode accurately, but also it had characters within that text that the children could relate to. Families that we might have in today's society, the diversity within our culture in our country. So those books acted as mirrors for those children, and they enjoyed reading them. One of the real successes of the programme has been that children see themselves as readers. In our survey that we've conducted at the beginning of the programme and at the end of the programme, more and more children are saying that they're very good at reading. And for us, that's amazing, because if they think they're very good at reading, they've got a positive approach to reading, they will read more and they will benefit more in their lives.